So today is Easter morning, and my wife and I just watched the sunrise come up together, which was a beautiful moment. But normally I'm not up early enough to see the sunrise, and I didn't plan on waking up early enough to see the sunrise, but I had a dream last night that ended up waking me up, and it was really an Easter dream, which I didn't know was a thing to have an Easter dream, but it was a really cool experience, and I kind of wanted to share it with all of you. But I had this dream where I was in the house that my family always has their big family gatherings together. So if it's Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas, um, there's a relative's house we go to that's big enough for everyone, and we always go there for the big family events. And I was there in that house, and there was music being played on a piano, and it was being played by my grandma and grandpa that passed away recently. And they were playing music, and everyone was just gathered around, singing songs and enjoying ice cream. We were eating ice cream, and the ice cream. Now, I'm pretty weird when it comes to ice cream. Whenever I have ice cream, I like to let it sit for a little bit and melt enough that I can just kind of scrape the melted part off from around the edges of it, which is really weird, but so I like to let it sit for a little bit, but I don't like it to sit so long that the whole thing melts. And wouldn't you know it, the ice cream we were eating was exactly like that. It was melted just enough to where I like to eat it, and I could set it down and leave it for a while, and it would stay just like that, which was really cool. Kind of a small thing, but it was really nice. And going back to the music, the music that was being played, and maybe I should preface this a little bit by saying that I believe that this was a dream of what heaven is like. That God was letting me see a little bit of heaven in this dream. And yet, despite it being this kind of vision of heaven, we weren't just sitting around singing old Christian songs, which usually I don't like. Even though I'm a pastor, the most Christian music I just don't like. I don't like the way that it sounds. I don't like how most of the words are talking about the person singing it instead of being about God. But we weren't singing Christian songs. In fact, the songs that my grandparents were playing was some of my favorite songs, and like some of my guilty pleasure songs that I'd be a little embarrassed if people knew I liked them, and yet those were the songs being played, and those were the songs that we were all singing together, and it was this really special moment that seemed to be full of undescribable joy, like it was made for me almost. Not that, you know, all of heaven was made just to make me feel good, but heaven is a place of undescribable and immeasurable joy. And that's what I felt in that moment. Being around family, singing my favorite songs, eating a dessert in that was made perfectly. And anytime I finished eating a bowl, it would magically just pop back up with like chocolate and strawberry syrup on it. Oh, and another thing was, all of my family was there, and even people who are alive right now, which makes sense because heaven exists in a place outside of time. So people who are alive now could still simultaneously be in heaven, which is really weird and really cool. But a lot of the people there had younger, healthier bodies too, which lines up with scripture when it talks about giving us a new body in heaven. But anyway, it was a wonderful time as we celebrate Easter and celebrate the resurrection of people and having eternal life because of the resurrection of Jesus and the sacrifice that he made that's available to all of us. And that's waiting for us after this life, this place of just being in God's presence, having incredible joy, no pain, no tears, no sadness, no regrets, just pure bliss. And I got to experience a little bit of that in my dream last night. So I just wanted to share that with all of you. I hope that's encouraging, and I hope you have a wonderful Easter. Thank you for listening.